Move along. What?
His gaze be upon you, my son. You're not from here, are you? I know everyone around here, and yet there is a way about you that is familiar to me.
Who are you?
I am Abbot Jaffer, the spiritual leader of Patham Abbey. My life started here, and it seems it will end here. I don't know where you are from, but I'm afraid you've wandered into hell.
What happened here?
Madness and hatred happened here, and lots of it. When I finally managed to get back from Tulsi, I rushed to my brother's home only to find my niece Rebecca orphaned. Then the soldiers began to round up the villagers. When they kicked in the door, I told her to hide. I gave myself up.
Where's the Abbey?
It's southeast of Jova, sitting on a rocky plateau. From the marshes you can see its beautiful golden spheres and Sethrus's ever-watchful eye. Tread lightly, my son. Captain Voss sent some of his men to ransack the Abbey. He's obsessed with finding a treasure that does not exist. They can keep beating me for as long as they want. I have no idea what they are talking about.
I found your niece. She's okay.
Thanks, Sethrus. She was always brighter than the other kids. When we leave this place, and we will, I'll take her somewhere peaceful and quiet.
Why is Captain Voss doing this to you?
Captain Voss is a criminal and thief parading as a soldier. You don't believe me? Look inside his trucks. They are filled with things he stole from Palamist families. It is the reason why he arrested me. He can beat me as long as he likes. My answer will always remain the same. There is nothing of value in the Abbey besides our barrels of mead. The roots of hatred run deep and far across Hadia. This isn't the first time we've been caught in a perpetual cycle of violence. Sethrus's benevolence lives in all of us. But the serpent also lives in us. He does not dare show himself until the laws and customs have fallen. When that happens, you will quickly realize that the chains holding civilized men are weak. Steel yourself, my son. The serpent strikes when we are at our most vulnerable. This war is a sword sharpened by propaganda and religious intolerance, slicing and dicing up what generations built over centuries within days. The exchange of cruel and violent acts, and the lies perpetuated by the media all played their part. I was shocked to hear that even priests were involved in spreading hateful rhetoric. Now look at us. I see only darkness ahead, but I have faith in Setherus. I believe Haedians can quell their emotions and come back to reason. They must, or all will fall to ruin. Lieutenant Rue was the first outsider I ever encountered. She was as curious about our customs and traditions as I was about hers. This Buddha she spoke of is a fascinating figure. I was saddened to hear that the outside world seems to fall prey to the same dark impulses as Haedians, which is partly why the Peacekeepers exist. Being a peacekeeper is admirable. Risking one's life for the betterment of others is a noble pursuit. No matter how hard they try, I refuse to hate them and never will. We both share the same land and God. There is plenty of room for peaceful coexistence, and Setherus has plenty of love to spare. I'm not naive. I understand why things are the way they are, but that doesn't mean I have to accept them. How do we... I lack the wisdom to know the answer, but know where to begin. I need to start with the next generation. The children of this war must let go of their hatred if we are to climb out of the hole we dug for ourselves. There is a moment in history that all Palamists should reflect on, if not regret entirely. The country was ruled by a heavy-handed theocracy, with one thing in mind: power. A young charismatic erudite named Sabin Go wrote several Reformation theses, which gained popularity. What did the Palamist traditionalists do? They hunted them down. They accused them of heresy and burned them at the stake. They were Palamists who only wanted reform. Nothing is easier than listening and finding common ground. It is effortless compared to the alternative. That moment of hubris sent us on the path of endless wars. We don't... There is a moment in history that all Palamists should reflect on, if not regret entirely. The country was ruled by a heavy-handed theocracy. With a young, charismatic erudite, they accused them. It is... I overheard the guards speaking of such creatures. If what they describe is accurate, then the darkest days are ahead of us. In specific passages, the Holy Kata speaks of TR's demons. Some of these passages relate to the curse of TR, brought on by the great sins of destructive emotions. These writings were meant to be interpreted as metaphors and stories, to teach and inform us. Could this be happening?
Poor bastard. Next time he falls, I'll let him choke a little longer.
See me when you're done. Thanks for helping us in the tunnel. I left Lieutenant Rue at the outpost. I'll check in on her later. Any luck figuring out how to open the door in the basement? I looked everywhere for the code.
Can you tell me more about Vitalis?
Vitalis was haunted by the past and anxious about the future. He was often away, sometimes for months at a time. After seeing the destruction of the war and the creature's sudden appearance, I now understand why he was so preoccupied.
Do you know the woman in the pictures?
Whoever she is, she seems to be a painful memory. Vitalis became angry whenever I asked about her, and he would shut me out completely. So I dropped it.
Any idea what Captain Voss is up to?
My best guess is that he's thieving. Be careful when dealing with Voss. Men like him are unpredictable, which makes Voss very dangerous. I'm only alive because I'm useful to him. Thanks Etheris, too. Otherwise, I'd be dead or, worse, shipped off to a prison camp.
What is going on with Abbot Jaffer?
When I left to find Vitalis, they kept him in a small house in the center of town, exposing him like that in the open. Captain Voss wants to send a message to whoever remains in Jova. I'll find a way to get him some water when the guard is distracted. It's all I can do for him. Whatever Captain Voss wants from Abbot Jaffer, he won't stop until he gets it.
You know anything about this necklace?
Vitalis has one too, though it's not quite the same. I noticed some of his friends wore similar ones around their necks. They call themselves the Vigil. I think they're made of limbic shards like your weapons, but I'm not sure. The weapons, the necklaces, and the Vigils are all connected somehow. I guess Vitalis left out some lessons.
You know anything about this necklace?
Vitalis has one too, though it's not quite the same. I noticed
What are these weapons?
They're called limbic weapons. Vitalis told me that they were intricately tied to this country's history. He taught me how to repair and enhance them. To do so, I need limbic shards, and Vitalis wouldn't tell me where the shards come from. He kept a small stash hidden behind the red toolbox. Go get it, and I'll show you what I can do.
Can you tell me more about yourself?
When I met Vitalis, I was in a very dark place. If it wasn't for him, chances are I'd either be a criminal or dead, face down in a ditch somewhere. But Vitalis saw something in me. He gave me focus, discipline, and skills. Skills that would one day serve a great purpose.
What do you know about the Vigil?
Vitalis told me about the Vigil, but not in detail. Before he left, he promised to explain everything upon his return. We've always been cut off from the rest of the world, even before Girion Yankel's dictatorship. Everyone acts surprised when Sabinians and Palamists rip each other apart. Isolation has terrible consequences on individuals. Imagine what it can do to an entire population. In fact, you don't have to. Look around. There are plenty of examples of such consequences. After witnessing and hearing of atrocities being committed all over Hadia, it only seems to fill my spirit with dark thoughts. One thought stands out from the rest, though. Whatever these creatures are, we deserve them. After witnessing and I have nothing but good to say about them. They're the first outsiders I ever met. They were very friendly to everyone and very helpful. Lieutenant Rue gave me a few odd jobs here and there. Her men taught me how to play football. I had a blast, as did some of the kids in Jofa. They organized a small tournament, which helped us forget about the political tensions flaring up. I feel sorry for Lieutenant Rue, though. She lost all her men. They were all very close, especially with Rojo and Typhon. My father was Sabinian. I'm a freak occurrence in Hadia. I belong to both worlds. I think the Sabinians got lost in their so-called progressiveness. They seem to have lost touch with their roots. If you go far enough into history, Sabinians were all Palamists at one time. I think it's important to know where you're from. It might humble some of the pride and temper reckless ambitions. Don't tell anyone, but my mom was a Palamist. I attended Mass and participated in some of the rituals. It made my mother happy. But I grew out of it. Now that I think about it, that's when my life took a turn for the worse. Vitalis helped me out of that hole I had dug for myself. However, I would be a liar if I said that my faith didn't play a big part in my recovery. I'm happy to say that I stand in his gaze again. And yes, I admit it. I pray to him at times, especially for Vitalis' safe return. Vitalis had a relapse a while back. I helped him through it. He let a few things slip out, though. It didn't make much sense then, but I started connecting the dots when I crossed the marsh. He spoke of these creatures. He said that they were coming. He called it the Calamity. He said they were the physical manifestation of malevolent human emotions, and war was their doorway into our world. I figured it was the alcohol talking. I sure as hell believe him now. How can I help? I've outdone myself this time. Vitalis will be proud.
Be wary, my son.
Didn't think Polymus were clever enough to work heavy machinery like this. Color me surprised. Check his pockets. Take that silly little acorn, put her with the rest.
No! No, please! Don't take...
Shut up! Oh, fuck! You got blood all over my boots, you fucking asshole! Alright, boys, go round up the rest of them.
What?
Is Victor gonna be okay?
I won't lay a hand on him. I'm just happy to see the smoke rise from the forge again. I have a long list of things that need his attention. Now, if you don't mind, I'm a busy man.
What's going on with the priest?
And here I thought we had an understanding. That priest is an AAF problem. He's a goddamn spy. End of story.
What's going on at the Abbey?
The Abbey is off limits, and it's under investigation. We believe these priests are spies and informants for the enemy. We'll get to the bottom of this very soon.
I hope they let Uncle Jaffer go soon.
I saw your uncle. He's gonna be alright.
Thanks, Zethyrus. Uncle Jaffer is like all the great saints in the stories he used to read to me. He told me about the great holy men who fought against the Sabinian sinners. Uncle Jaffer always gives so much to help others in need. Zethyrus,